What's up, guys? Welcome back to DCA. So, if you're new to this channel, what we do here is talk about investing through the lens of a long-term perspective. And the reason for this is because, a lot of people are new to the cryptocurrency market. And in fact, I would say nearing a majority of people who are watching YouTube videos on cryptocurrency haven't even come in until 2021. Okay. So I just want to show you why, if you're one of those people, let's say you're new to the market, and what I'm about to say may not make a lot of sense to some people, but at the end of the day, if you're new to the market, you should almost be rooting for a bear market to start. And I'm going to show you why. So a lot of people, they come into the market, they don't come in until sometime throughout 2021. And when you've done that, the best price you could have bought Bitcoin at in 2021, the very best price would be our low around $29,000. Okay. So at very best, you could be hoping for, if you bought the very bottom and sold the very top, which is, the likelihood of that is so extremely low that it's almost not even worth talking about. But the best you could have done on Bitcoin is 141% during this entire year. During the entire year, the best you could have done from the bottom to the top is 141%. Okay. Now, just take that even out to August or September of 2020. So not many people, you're not hearing about Bitcoin in the media every day. People have forgot about crypto. It's still below its prior all-time high. And what could you have expected if you would have been investing back then? And, you can see it goes up to 700%. Now, what if you have been, investing throughout the entire bear market? And then you're looking at somewhere between 1100% up to 2000%, okay, up to the peak. Now, it's very unlikely that you're going to be, simply investing all your money right at the bottom and selling all at the peak. So, you know, realistically, if you're approaching the market during the bear market, you're probably going to be looking at something like 5, 6, 700% if you're simply statically dollar cost averaging throughout the length of the bear market until we got to our prior all-time high. And then, start to slowly sell what you've acquired over that time. All right. So the whole point of this is to show you that, if you're someone who's just entered the market, you've simply limited what your potential profit is. And clearly, I'll add this. If you're investing into altcoins during during stages of this market cycle, sure, you could get higher returns than what you could potentially get from Bitcoin. Although the same, sort of the same principles apply, because a lot of what we've talked about here is dynamically dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin during the bear market into Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then sort of shifting those profits into altcoins once the parabolic phase of the market cycle gets kicked off. And that's actually how you would maximize your profits during a market cycle. Okay. So no matter how you look at it, though, if you're coming in and you're not coming in until 2021 or even late 2020, you've basically missed a majority of the potential profit for this market cycle. So a lot of investors, especially because of the fact that, in our society, just the fact of the matter is people want instant gratification. And instant gratification is simply not the way that you become wealthy as an investor. Now I'm going to show you something here, and it's kind of lame, but it's perhaps one of the most true quotes that I've ever seen before. And if you watch this channel, I'm not much of I'm not a cheerleader. I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm not here to, make you feel better about what's happening. I'm simply here. What I try and do on this channel is say what I truly believe about the market. And, if it's good, I say it. If it's bad, I say it. I don't really care if you like what I'm saying. My entire platform here is, attempting to be as objective as possible about where the market is and what I may think is happening. And I've been saying now for several weeks that, I have a lot of fear based on several of these price points that we've broke, that we could be in for at least several months of a downturn, if not longer. Um, and that could completely get blown out of the water. It could be completely invalidated at any moment. And then, you know what? Egg on my face. And that's fine. But at the end of the day, I suspect that based on what we're seeing, we're not in the best place as far as how the market is looking. And you can watch any number of videos I've put out. I've been talking about being worried about going under the 20 week, going under the 50 week. Then next up is typically the 200 week. So, we've talked about this a lot. A lot of people don't like it, and that's fine. But what I want to show you is that it's a long winded, roundabout way to show you this. Okay. And Jeff Bezos says to Warren Buffett, so, your investment style, it seems so simple. Why doesn't everyone just copy it? And, you know, nothing could be more truthful than this quote right here, especially in crypto. It's because no one wants to get rich slowly. And, I think at the end of the day, getting rich slowly in crypto, the fact that people can't have the patience to get rich in crypto just absolutely boggles my mind because just think about where you're at right now and think about 4 years ago. You know, is and for some people it may be. And for some people what I'm about to say that it may be true. But is your life significantly different in terms of your finances than 4 years ago? I understand maybe some people, finish college or whatever and finally have a job, etc. And sure, maybe your life is significantly different than it was 4 years ago. But are you so much more wealthy now than you were 4 years ago that you couldn't stand to, invest throughout the bear market to dollar cost average into Bitcoin and Ethereum throughout a bear market? Because if you want to basically achieve a position where you are changing your financial standing in your life, in your family's life, it's, nothing is more true than the fact that you make some money in the bull market, but you become rich in the bear market. And this is why, so I've been in the game longer. So I've sold most of my position in the first leg of the bull run. You start reacquiring once we went down in May, and I've started reacquiring again now. But I am, ready and willing to sit on this for years, sit on a loss even for years. When you're dollar cost averaging down here at $7,000, there was several months where all of that went from in profit down to loss for a bit after COVID. So you can be at a loss for years. And if you're willing to accept that risk, or, if you want to call it risk, if you're willing to accept that status of being down for up to several years at a time, um, you can be putting yourself into a position where once the next bull market comes, you are now in the green and in the green massively so. All right. So, I just, I kind of wanted to talk about this because I think there's a lot of new people into the market that are, dismayed by the fact that potentially a bear market could be starting. And I just want you to put it in perspective that if a bear market is starting and you are new to investing, you should be you should be looking at it as the greatest opportunity of your life. And this, this isn't a buy the dip type thing. It's a invest, once a week or twice a month or once a month or whatever it is, and do it over time. And when you do that, and when you show patience and when you take a sound approach to your investment strategy and you have an investment strategy, not just buying whatever, panic selling when it doesn't go your way, then getting into the next thing, watching something else pump and then chasing that. When that stops being your investment strategy, and when, you know, I'm going to invest X percent of my income every week, no matter what, into whatever group of assets you're going to invest in, when that becomes your strategy, then you're setting yourself on the path towards changing whatever your financial situation is. And I don't care who you are, that's true. If you're someone who's already been successful as an investor, I'm sure you already know this. But if you're someone who's new or someone who hasn't been successful, then I think it's something that you should really, step back, and you don't have to take my word for it. Go do some research on it. There's lots of research showing, what you can expect by, taking an approach like this, especially taking an approach like this to the cryptocurrency asset class. So with that said, guys, that's going to be it for this one. And until next time, as usual, see you.